Life everyone on my secret channel, first stream. Yeah, today's Wednesday. That's why I called it Wednesday Talk. And yeah, I'm a support worker over. Yeah, and then there was this guy with Coles bags at the door because apparently that's what I realized when I found out you can actually order Uber Eats on Coles and Uber Eats. I didn't know that. And yeah, apparently it was meant to be for me, but my dad answered the door because apparently it was for Josh apparently, who doesn't live at this address, because it turns out that's my sister's friend's now, because my sister's been seeing a friend who's apparently helping her with job applications, and yeah, because apparently my sister's friend was getting something, was getting that, but yeah, apparently yeah, unfortunately my dad said no, unfortunately, because because he didn't want anything from my sister's friend account. But the thing is, my dad never met my sister's friend because by the time he got home today, she and her friend were already gone. So yeah, I should have ordered it under her name because I didn't even know that was even coming because I had no idea they had even ordered anything. I guess it was supposed to be a surprise, but yeah, I didn't. But of course, I didn't accept it because by the time I got to the door, my dad had already answered the door, and then the dogs were barking because obviously as soon as you ring the doorbell, my dad knows that because he rings his phone, and then the dogs start barking. Yeah, my dad just told the guy that there was no Josh living at this address, and he left. I was just outside, so, they just not going to be back for a while. So and then she apologized. She apologized to me, that that I didn't get my gifts, and then she wants me to ask her dad about why he refused it. I tried to, I was kind of like, well, I don't really know how to explain it because he said that we don't want anything from this friend, but I don't know what he meant by we. I don't know. I don't know if he meant me as well, because I don't know what he meant with we. And then again, yeah, so I wasn't sure how to explain it because I don't want to say we and then that meaning me as well. And it's not like that I don't want anything. I mean, I don't want to say that when it's not true. So I wasn't sure really how to write that to her. So I just asked if she had tried, to ask, but hasn't written back. My mum's arrived home, and yeah. Yeah, I guess next time let's just have to order it under her name because I don't think it was such a good idea to order it under the name of a person. First of all, my dad hasn't even met, and I hardly even met him. I hardly even know him. When I was out there with the support worker, one thing he said before he went there, he said Alvin, though I don't like being called Alex, but sometimes it's because I don't want to talk to anyone with my social anxiety. I also know that, and I mean. Usually, I prefer being called Alexander, but usually I don't like being called Alex. But it's not really an important thing. It's not really it's not really a thing I have mostly on my mind. I mean, because most people know me call me Alexander anyway. I hardly ever get called Alex, so it doesn't really matter at the moment because I hardly ever get called Alex. So. Once when he came, my mom asked me, sent me asked me a question and sent me a photo of it and asked if that's who came, but I wasn't sure at the time. But today I checked the doorbell because it was on the doorbell when he left. And then I checked the photo. It was definitely, because he also had all this tattoos, it was definitely the same guy. And now I can confirm that it was definitely the same guy. And, I've never ever brought strangers into my parents' house my whole life. I've never done that. And that was all my sister. So I can't be blamed for that because I never took strangers into my parents' house ever. I have never done that. Obviously, never would, never will, because that's not okay. You don't just bring strangers into someone's house. Yeah. Anyway, because obviously I hardly even know the guys. So because it is nice to give people gifts, but I don't know about if you should. I don't know if you should give people gifts to people you don't even know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you should be giving. If you should give. I mean, because it is nice to give people presents, right? That is a nice thing to do. But I don't know if you should be giving presents to someone you don't even know. To be honest, I don't know if you should do that or not, because I mean, if you don't know them, I mean, yeah, it is a bit awkward because if you don't know them, I mean, anyway. And when I also asked the guy at that first he ordered his phone number, and he ordered, then he called the first phone number. I'm guessing there was no answer. And he did have a phone, but that's all when he walked out the door. When he walked out the door on doorbell, he had a phone in his hands, so he obviously does have a phone. I guess he did have a phone number as well. He said, yeah. Because yeah, obviously, I mean, I bet, because yeah, because not only do I barely know the guy, both my parents and my mum and dad they don't know the guy at all. They've never even met him. Because by the time Dad got home, by the time my dad got home, my sister and a friend were already gone. By the time my dad got home, they were already gone. So my sister told her that she was leaving. So she's not going to be back for a bit. Because I did overhear him on the phone with my sister. So yeah. Because he was already getting a bit annoyed. His voice sounded about my dad's voice sounded rather annoying. So I guess I'm guessing that's probably why my sister even knows. Well, I don't know why they're on the phone though. Yeah, I'm sure Dad will be because I don't know how to explain the reason why they refused me. And I said I'm sure he would definitely be able to explain. Yeah, my sister said that she won't be home for a bit, so oh well, she won't be home for a bit. So anyway. I don't know what but she sent me this photo of the Kinder Bueno ice cream cones I've never had before. I never had those before, but she sent me that photo on Teams. My sister sent me a photo of those Kinder Bueno ice creams and said, do you want? And I said, I've never had those before. But I didn't think that because I wasn't sure. When it came, I was like, no, because it said, they said, they had, because literally thought at first, because obviously it's on doorbell, I literally thought at first that they actually had the wrong address. No, they didn't have they actually had this address on the other guy had that address on his phone. So because obviously when an Uber Eats driver delivers, they obviously have to have the person's details, like the address and the number, in case they're not present. So that's why he came because he had this address on file, and apparently also the person that also didn't specify their name as well. Of course, the name that the guy had was Josh, which obviously is my sister's friend's name. Now that I can prove that because that's what she had finally answered. Yes, that is. Of course, I don't know that was the guy that was here today. Funny opening of a job application. I mean, I've hardly even met him. I mean, not formally. I've hardly even met him. Honestly, yeah. Because it's nice to give. It's nice to to give people gifts, but I don't know if you should be accepting gifts from strangers. Because you never know what is in there. Yeah, that's why I can understand why my dad said no. Because who would want to accept gifts from strangers? I mean, who knows what there could be drugs in there. I mean, who knows? I'm just saying. I'm not no offense. I'm not trying to be rude, being inappropriate. I'm just saying that there could be bad things in there. Because you never know. But then again, it's his friend wanted to give me presents. So. But the thing is, you never know what that. I mean, because But then but the thing is, my sister's friend wanted to get me a present, but I hardly even know him. And my dad and my mum, they don't know him at all because I never even met him. Because by the time my dad got home, My sister and her friend were already gone. So, yeah. My sister said she's not going to be home for a bit, so, we are besties now. So, anyway, so that happened, yeah. Oh, well. I mean, I know, did I want the gifts? You might be asking, did I want the gifts? Well, I always like gifts, but yeah, I didn't know that'd be from someone that I've hardly even met. Because usually the gifts I get are from people I know, like family, not from people a person I hardly even know. Yeah, and the advanced was predicted children. I mean, I am an adult now, but still, that doesn't I can make my own choices, and one of them, and because I am an adult and I can make my own choices, but I most certainly wouldn't accept gifts from strangers. Because the last thing I want to have is like a bag full of drugs or something, or a bag full of bad things that shouldn't be in there that I can't even discuss. I mean, yeah, that's why I'd rather not accept gifts from strangers because you never know unless you know them properly and you can trust them. I mean, you can't accept gifts from them. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I always love gifts. I always love gifts, but not if it. I don't know. I don't know. No, this is not. Definitely agree with my dad with that answer because it's like I mean, yeah, because you never know. Because if it's from a complete stranger, you don't know. I mean, you never know. It could only be something. It could only be bad news. Like something unwanted. That's why it's best not to accept gifts from strangers because you don't know what could be in there. That's the thing. You could be bad. That's why I agree with that answer. I'm even going to look it up, and people will probably say that too. I need to. I'm good as AI. Yeah, see, always say no. We all have personalities, but these we should never accept. Yeah, these we should never accept from strangers. Yeah, you can do what is that. You can Google says that. Yeah, always say no. Yeah, you don't accept presents from strangers. Anyway, it's a stream, everyone. Thanks for checking in if you found this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.